I think we do the same thing with business. We can take someone through that business, all these processes, and we can pick somebody out, and because we know it really, really well. You almost get, and you've done it across 3 things. We get tunnel vision. Anything business, whether it's acting or plumbing or ATMs or whatever. I meant because the widget that we're selling.
Yeah.
The service or
cogs and widget.
Yeah,
baby.
man. Whatever that is is interchangeable, right? Those
Yeah.
business concepts stay the same. So we can take someone we can figure out where they're at in this process. And you were talking about, it's not about fast track as in they're not putting the hard work in. When I hear fast track, what I'm hearing you say is you can help them navigate and avoid other pitfalls and keep them from getting distracted. You can
That's
go
a better
down
way of saying
yeah,
it.
you can
keep them from getting distracted.
Yeah, you're going to focus on the wrong thing, right? Like, yes, this has some bearing in the business world, but this is not important. This is not where you put your energy. Don't get distracted for 5 years like some people do going down this to realize you should have been over here, and you as a leader can kind of keep them focused, which in turn fast tracks them because they're not all over the place.
Yeah, we had an article in the newspaper the other day, and the guy was like, "How have you gotten these?" Essentially, these kids became like quarter millionaires from our studio, and he was like, "How did you do that?" And I mean, I know what we've done,
Right.
but every one of them had a completely different journey. They didn't sell the same product as an actor. And it's funny, we had like one day I woke up and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I have 800 DMs all of a sudden." And one of our girls, her TV show hit like #1 on Netflix.
Nice.
And she put a little thing out on Instagram about it. And
which show is it?
Outer Banks.
Oh yeah,
one of the lead girls.
Yeah, there's people on that.
Trains with us at the studio, and then Sweet Magnolias was #1, and
that's a good show. By the way,
the lead high school girl is also at
awesome.
from our studio. They both trained in the same class, so like iron sharpens iron.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I like Sweet Magnolia a lot with my wife. We watched that. I want to.
There you go.
I want to admit that on camera.
Yeah. yeah. Little Annie, the high school girl, Annie, Annalise Judge. She lives here, and she's been training with me for the last 4 years, and then Madison Bailey on the Outer Banks. Yeah,
Very cool.
And so
That's
they
awesome.
both started in the beginner programs and worked all their way up. But we were able to identify like, oh, they're incredibly conversational. They have great reading skills. They're very opinionated, which is good. Talk about making choices as an actor. When I say opinionated, I don't mean like attitude.
Right.
I'm saying they can look at something, and the strength of the actor is how fast it takes you to make a choice and how honest that choice can be from your point of view. And they could do that. They could read something and say, "I absolutely believe my character would not do this," or "My character would do this and here's why." And of course, we're guessing, guys. We don't say guessing in the acting world. We call it making a choice, but it's an educated guess.
Right, yeah. Sometimes the director will say, make a different choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you have to actually make a choice.
Right, yeah, it's got to be real.
Not making a choice is far worse than making a bad
Then it's
choice
just
in
bad
the acting
acting.
world.
Yeah.
And because you can always correct.
Yeah.
I remember one guy that he was like, "Oh, what do I do in my rehearsal?" And I was like, "Make a very clear choice in your rehearsal.
Choice.
Very strong, very clear. That way the director can instantly, you don't want them guessing like, are they flirting? Are they just friendly? Are they, are they shy? Like, it needs to be clear. Yeah. Which one are you? And then that saves the director a lot of time because they can just fix it in one. Oh, they're not flirting. They're not flirting. They're authoritative, okay? And boom, just do it and it saves everybody time. The faster you make a choice and the clearer it is.
Yeah.
But those girls, they were good at those things, and because of that, they didn't need to spend. But because their reading level was so high, they didn't need to stay in a beginner program very long. Yeah. And so you could just be like, "Oh yeah, okay,
right."
You got it."
That's a really great example of what you talked about earlier. Is every person's different, and people have different strengths and weaknesses. I've seen actors come in for the first time, and just be super comfortable, just really comfortable and organic and real, and and so like that person, they need to just focus more on bigger choices.
I think David Mamet the great writer and super opinionated, awesome guy. I love and can't stand him at the same time. So polarizing. I love David Mamet. And but he was quoting Stanislavski, and he was like, yeah, you know, there's the performer that does this, there's a performer that does this, and then you have the prophet. He called them a prophet, and the prophet is the person that was born to act and probably doesn't need formal training. They just need a set of practical skills. And you'll destroy them if you make them, you know, learn from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know, you just need to teach them like, oh, this is how you read a call sheet. This is how you respond. Like, you need to teach them practical skills.
Yeah.
And, you know, anyway.